Oh, we're here. Looking for the Wolf O'Donnell thing. Give me a moment. I hope everybody's having a good night. We're starting a little late because my sleep schedule is a little weird. I'm trying to push it forward. We are here.
Sorry I'm late. I gave myself a camel toe and not the Dorothy Hamill kind.
Excuse. Whenever I think of Italians on a train. Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here. Magnifico. All right, here we go. I just have to animate Wolf today. And I'm going to have the other guys come in. This is going to be pretty great. Yes, I am making a YouTube short. Hey man, long-time fan, first-time catching streamer, Dish Star Fox Universe, extremely transcendent. Well, thank you, Diamond. Appreciate it. Can't wait to get to my own original property. I would love for the rest of my life to continue doing more Star Fox stuff. Absolutely. But, you know, I'm going to have to only work on my own. So I know Nintendo will not, you know, I don't think they're going to give me their blessing on that. If Nintendo wanted me to do a Star Fox animated series with their blessing, I would. I'd probably stop what I was doing on my own personal project and move over to that. But, you know, pipe dream. It's never going to happen. Can I see your legs?
I don't know, can you?
Dom. Sigma male, Fox McCloud, Sigma male grind set. A fox is based. I'm making a YouTube short, one of those like Fonk Savage owns things. Let me go ahead and show it here. Like I've got their models and stuff, but if you're just joining us, I'm making a YouTube short. I'm making a little 20-second silly thing and, you know, generate a little traffic to the YouTube channel. I don't know. But it's the leg scene, but Wolf gets horribly owned. It's like, okay, I waited till we were alone to ask this. That's me being nice. Can I see your legs?
I don't know. can you?
And Fox lights a cigarette on the laser bars, and Wolf is just like completely destroyed. And then like I'm gonna have the monkey guys come in, like leaning over him, like, Wolf, what happened to you? Are you okay? And like the other guy's like, what's going on? What did he do to you? It's like, it's gonna say a fox is based, but the E in based is gonna be the letter sigma. It's like, and it's gonna be like McLeod's Sigma male grind set, you know, like those silly fonk videos or whatever. Giga Chad. It's absolutely ridiculous, but I think it would be, you know, funny. No, that's definitely my idea for an April Fool's thing next year is to turn my entire channel. I did make a Fox in Space on Rumble, the free speech platform. Yeah. But April Fool's next year, I'm going to post on my YouTube that Fox McCloud has his own red-pilled podcast on the other website, and the name of his podcast is going to be called The Rumble Pack. He's like, yes, we're the Rumble Pack. We are rumble.com/AFoxIsBased. And it's gonna be this bit, you know, like Falco's gonna call in and say all of this. Like Falco's just basically gonna be Andrew Tate if he was a bird, and then Slippy's gonna call in and he's gonna be like super lefty gay dude. And he's like, well, that's why, like, we all know what happened to Slippy after drinking the water on Corneria. Like Fox waxes all Alex Jones, and the tagline of the podcast is going to be, Fox don't care about your feelings. No, maybe it was like, oh, let's get Andrew on the line. Like, oh, you really getting Andrew in here? And like they call in and it's like Andrew Oikeny, Andros's nephew, but he's got sunglasses on. And he's smoking a cigar, and he's wearing a shirt that says Top Ape or something like that. But yeah, like having the be called the Rumble Pack. But yeah, like for April Fools, it'll be for 24 hours. I will post the ad for it on YouTube, and everybody will think it's a gag, but then someone in the comments will be like, guys, I clicked on the link and it's real. There's like 3 podcasts that are each an hour long of Fox McCloud talking about oh my God. And then on April 2nd, my local time, it will be erased as if it never existed. And anybody that brings it up to me, I will act like I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. But yeah, I think that would be a great April Fool's gag. I know some people. I'm here, Slava. I'm sorry, I didn't know I was still muted. But I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, this is very telling of the creator. Fuck off. I'm making a joke. It's like somebody making fun of Hitler and having the swastikas in it. And it's like, well, why did you have to put the symbol in the cartoon? I was like, because it's fucking Hitler. We're making fun of Hitler. Chill out. It's like people that got mad at Jojo Rabbit. It's like, no, the whole movie was basically just Hitler bad. But some people are like, oh, this movie's very problematic. It's got Hitler as a goofy blah, blah, blah. It's like, did you watch the whole movie? I've thought about it. I've thought about it. It's like, is this a bad idea? Is this going to do more good than bad than good? It's like, no. Like, I think it's fine. My political beliefs, like, who fucking cares? Like, oh, this guy, oh, he doesn't. Like, yeah, I'm not red pilled. I'm not MGTOW or Hitler or what. Like, no, it's a fucking joke. If you knew me, you knew I was a wolf when you picked me up. So when you get bit, don't get mad. Being bit being, of course, hearing my comedy skits and noticing that they are slightly rough around the edges. I am a comedian, and sometimes the jokes that I tell will be a little offensive, a little rough. But, you know, don't go like lighting the torch and blowing the whistle and calling me out as like some shitty person. I'm a very nice, very friendly guy. I have friends all over the spectrum of politics. I don't fucking care about your politics. You voted for Biden, you voted for Trump, you voted for Bush, Clinton. I don't fucking care. Get off that shit. Yeah, Edgelord! It's time to be super edgy. Oh no. That's the kid picks undo. Oh no. Space kid picks.
I made a boo-boo, yeah.
I don't even care if you voted libertarian. Like, who cares? Who cares if somebody voted for? Fire! I am once again asking for you to help me stop the evil. I am now lending my support to Joe Biden. He is the best president that we could have. There's my buddy Burning Sandman. They have that festival called Burning Sandman, where a bunch of hippies show up and light Donald Duck on fire made out of popsicle sticks. Yeah, man. So what is he gonna say? Punished Bernie. Do I still have that on my computer? I'm just gonna type in punished. Let's play it. We are diving into this wet head first into Arctic waters. I don't care. We're all having a good time. I think we're having a good time. I say we're having a good time. If you don't believe me, then you're I don't know.
That's what they are.
No, this is I have to share it because we've brought it up. We do because it's right.
That creed, reaffirmed by those who planted flags from foreign battlefields to the surface of the moon. A creed at the core of every American whose story is not yet written. Yes, we can.
This is my favorite video on the internet.
Because you sacrificed so much for a people that you had never met. That's part of what makes us special as Americans. Unlike the old empires, we don't make these sacrifices for territory or for resources. We do it because it's right.
My father came to this country from Poland at the age of 17 without a nickel in his pocket, which sparked my interest in the need for immigration reform because I know what it's like to be the son of an immigrant. We grew up in a 3.5-room, rent-controlled apartment in Brooklyn, New York. My mother's dream, and she died very young, but my mother's dream for her whole life was to be able to get out of that rent-controlled apartment and own a home of her own. She never lived to see that.
Then let us give hope to people in America today who have lost hope. Let us provide jobs for the jobless, housing for the homeless, food for the hungry.
You have a handful of people who control our economy, and they determine the destiny of our entire country.
I wish I could give you better news, but I think you know the truth. And that is that we are now some 300 delegates behind Vice President Biden, and the path toward victory is virtually impossible. And so today, I am announcing the suspension of my campaign.
Keep moving.
People who kept us safe today, operators, trainers, everyone. It's just huge. I also want to thank the town of Van Born. This is small money.
Don't stop.
We're making a dent in it, and we appreciate you for allowing us to be part of your team. And then I also want to thank every Amazon employer and every Amazon customer, because you guys are paid for all this. So seriously, for every Amazon customer out there and every Amazon employee, thank you from the bottom of my heart very much. It's very appreciated.
Sorry, this is the wind.
It's not just them. The whole world wants you dead. You'll have to join up with Piker. Build that movement of yours one more time. First, we'll need to save him. He's in Los Angeles.
Fucking Hassan Piker, Jesus Christ.
You're a legend in the eyes of those who live in the working class. That's why you'll have to handle this mission yourself. That's how Haas would want it. Now go. Let the legend come back to life.
Words that kill.
It's me.
Bernie? What the fuck took you this long, dude?
You got 3 people owning more wealth than the bottom half of the American society. That is insane, and that has got to end.
It's as if some evil demon decided to take over the human species and drive them to self-destruction. And much of the world is trying to counter it.
Fucking Mitch McConnell and the God Hand. Fucking berserk. Yeah. Oh, there are.
Hello there. I would like to thank the following patrons. The White Rabbit UK.
The YouTube channel, hold on a second, it's Amon. Or Amon. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Amon.
Godwin, engineer of Beaver County.
There's like 7 chapters of it.
Mr. Bear, Nathan Lax, Hunter Fernandez, Scooby Snacks, Matt, Nicholas
what's
Carl,
dude, the Matt Walsh one is insane. The Crowder's Nightmare.
The UFO Answer, Jay Nira, author of Raven's.
No, these are great. And it's cool. It's like it doesn't matter what political side you're on. Like these are like terrifying. Important even.
Okay.
A little bit of important information for this though. Steven Crowder, the Louder with Crowder right-wing guy or whatever, the podcast dude, he voiced Brain on the kids' animated series called Arthur. If you watched Arthur, he was the voice actor for the character Brain. So there's a little lore for you.
Right. All right, let me check this. Okay. All right, I'll give you a countdown and then I'll 3, 2. All right, okay, I'm really glad to have my next guest on the show, and I've always said this, I always respect people who enter into the arena. And, you know, we've had a lot of debates on this show, which is different from like a Change My Mind where we sit down and have conversations. But I do appreciate the guy making the time because a lot of people haven't. You know him, some of you like him, some of you don't. Same can be said for me. Ethan Klein from H3H3. Ethan, thanks, man, for making the time.
You're very welcome, and I just want to say, I know you called me, you said that I would be a layup.
I think I used something like that. Yeah,
and I think you're right, because I don't think I'm a very good debater.
I'm going to bed. I love you. Good night.
You know that.
Have a good night, buddy.
So,
we'll see you in the
I don't want
next
to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what we
So
were going to
Dan,
talk
whenever you're
about
ready.
is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that.
Doing the Black Ops on Steven Crowder.
We'd talk about this through playful ribbing and an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Steven, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a fucking nightmare.
It's insane. Why are you running from me, Steven? This is actually kind of terrifying.
Come on, Steven.
Wow.
Oh, God. I think we need to have a meeting with his dad.
Irony alert, Steven. Stop being a bitch. Stop being a baby. You're like, come on, Steven. I think he lost the right to those holsters. I think he has to retire them.
Oh, sweetie. What kind of a pussy am I talking to? What happened to you? Bro, it was a dope movie, and you're a fucking communist. Can't wait for Avatar 2.
Cold feet again.
Brain, you're acting kind of weird today.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
Oh, that's foreshadowing.
USA, we are doing every single day through our digital media, through our field programs, through our events, is we are dedicating ourselves and our staff and our students and our activists for a full revival of America. You see, this is something they've tricked us into believing the media and
Where is my president? I don't know, son.
Let's make sure we get some facts correct here. They are the invading force.
Donald Trump is here tonight.
We got any Berserk fans
some flack
in the
lately,
chat.
but no one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened in Roswell? And where are Biggie and Tupac?
It's been a while, my son.
Excellent!
Thank you, Dad, for the sub. I appreciate it, buddy.
I talked to a student recently at one of our woke college campuses who said she's required in every class to introduce herself and to give her pronouns. Well, I'm Ted Cruz, and my pronoun is kiss my ass.
So you've chosen
That dude just can't
to
catch a W,
sacrifice
can he?
your following. I'm afraid that's not nearly enough for godhood. To reach your full potential, you will have to remember everything about your past.
The church is supposed to direct the government. The government is not supposed to direct the church. That is not how our founding fathers intended it. And I'm tired of this separation of church and state junk. It's not in the Constitution. It was in a stinking letter, and it means nothing like what they say it does.
As we speak, the apostles are commencing the ceremony. We only have a little longer before. I wish to warn you of a rising catastrophe and remind you of who you really are.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm not going to mince words with you all. Democrats want Republicans dead, and they've already started the killings.
If you can recall, this is not the first time you. The last time it took 13 months. You know your fate, your true purpose.
Our America is a pro-life nation, proudly. Have you watched these pro-abortion, pro-murder rallies? The people are just disgusting. Like, why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb.
Take my heed, son. You are the destined child of dark, bringer of the end of time. But your fate is not immutable. Traitors in your
Okay, that was a good dunk. Even if that dude was a shit sword.
To obtain power in this form, you must consume. You must be willing to consume.
I'll do my best, Overlord.
To become more than.
I walk in here, I said, wow, that really is my best.
See here, a threat from the inside. Ron DeSantis. He seeks to
This
usurp
is so
your
prophetic.
praise. He is powerful. You must become.
Jesus
Look
Christ.
deep into your past, even deep. Remember what it is. Remember our ancient purpose. Now it is time. You will be reborn. You must leave the Feast of the Apostles to complete this transaction. Consume Donald and obtain unlimited power. Do not fail me again, Donald.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm thrilled to be back with the young, proud, and energetic patriots of Turning Point. We will stand up to the radical left lunatics, and we will fight for America like no one has ever fought before. There is no mountain we cannot climb. There is no summit we cannot reach. There is no challenge we cannot meet. There is no victory we cannot have. We won't talk about toilets. The N-word. You know what the N-word is? No. It's the nuclear word. Toilets and showers. You don't get any more. They put restrictions on it. Now they made it permanent. The election was stolen. It was rigged. And now our country is being destroyed. Systematically destroyed. I ran twice. I won twice. And did much better the second time than I did the first. Getting millions and millions more votes than we did in 2016, and likewise, getting more votes than any
This is how politics should be presented now.
country by far. And now we may just have to do it again.
I don't know that one.
The body of Christ is hungry.
We need brain.
Jesus Christ. Forgot about that.
Amazing grace, how sweet, saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet, saved a wretch like me. Once was lost, but now I'm
Yeah, BG32, it do really be like that now. It really do feel like that.
Roger that. Let's go.
Hello everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out Amy Lark's Twitch channel and my own. We have a lot of fun interactive features on there. Anyway, I would like to thank the following legend tier patrons: Nikita Magay, DMC, Travis Kokoa Tamashiro, EK, Broccoli Spears, Dropsy, The Irony Giant.
What a ride. Yeah, that is Amon, Aamon. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but here's the link to the website. You could say his content leans one way or the other politically, but like it feels like he makes fun of everybody. So I was like, let's see how he portrays Biden. Is Biden like the savior? He's like, no, Biden's just as much of a bot as all the other characters. It's all this big, you know, having like robot Joe Biden sitting at the same table as God Hand Berserk Mitch McConnell and or whatever, eating iguana and talking about world domination with Elon with his RGB brain RAM. You know, like seriously, this is literally how I feel like real life politics is at this point. It's so dumb. but I can have a good laugh at it at the very least. Yeah. That's how I am. Just, you know, make it funny. Make it funny for everybody, not be like, oh, this side. It's like, no, like, do something funny. Actually, yeah, that's a good one. The US president's trying to put every main Zelda game in a tier.
Can we move on already? You two have been arguing about Zelda 2 for 30 minutes. Let's just drop it in B tier and call it a day.
Yeah, fine, whatever. Let's move on to a game that actually matters. Sleepy Joe can enjoy being the only person in America that likes Zelda 2.
Shut the hell up, Donald. It has enough fans that it has a randomizer.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, buddy.
Guys, quit bickering already. It's going in B tier, and that's that.
Fine, but I'm not happy about it.
All right, moving on to A Link to the Past. Honestly, I think this is an easy C tier, B tier at best.
C tier. Have you finally lost your damn mind, Barack? A Link to the Past is the quintessential 2D Zelda game.
Oh boy, here we go with Joe defending another old piece of crap. I'm surprised your geriatric ass can stay awake for longer than 5 minutes playing this game.
Fuck you, Donald. This game is a classic. The Dark World is one of the most iconic locations in all of Zelda.
The Dark World theme is pretty lit, but have you looked at the Link sprite lately? I mean, what the hell was going on there?
Shut up, man. You're just jealous because Link is dripped the hell out.
Dripped out? Are you listening to yourself, bro? The red tunic looks like a clown took a shit all over it.
Actually, it's called the Red Mail, dumbass.
No fucking way did you just actually mean. Is your defense of this game that flimsy, you dipshit?
That was pretty cringe, Joe.
Fuck you, Barack. A Link to the Past has incredible dungeons, great music, introduced the iconic Master Sword, and it even has cool, unique magic spells.
Great music, my ass. I just love listening to the same 2 mind-numbing songs for every single dungeon in the game.
You're full of shit, Donald. The dungeon themes are litty on a stack, and you cannot deny the Dark World theme is a top 5 Zelda song.
I might give you that one, but the gameplay makes me wish I never picked up a controller in my life.
Skill issue.
Guys, this is going nowhere. I'm fine with putting it in B tier. The Bombos medallion is pretty sick, after all.
Yeah, you would say that. Whatever, that's fine.
I cannot fucking believe a Link to the Past is going this low, but whatever.
All right, next is Ocarina of Time. I think this is a pretty clear-cut S tier. Nobody can deny that.
Agreed.
S tier? Really? Has our society degraded so much that this is what makes it an S tier these days? I won't deny that OOT is much better than A Link to the Past, but S tier should be reserved for actual masterpieces.
What the hell, Donald? How is OOT not a masterpiece?
Just put it in S tier Barack. Don't give him a chance, he'll talk your fucking ear off.
Shut up, Sleepy Joe. I'll tell you exactly how Barack. This game may have been good when it first came out, but these days, it's just a big, empty, boring world.
L.
Hyrule Field is fucking empty.
L.
All the dungeons are easy as fuck.
L take.
And then shut the fuck up, Joe.
I don't get how you can simp so much for MM, but you call this game empty and easy. This game has 9 great dungeons, and the Bottom of the Well and Gerudo Fortress could be considered mini dungeons on their own.
Gerudo Fortress? I'll give you Bottom of the Well, but how the hell is Gerudo Fortress a mini dungeon?
Did your old ass forget about Gerudo Training Grounds or something?
Gerudo Training Grounds is pretty fun.
Yeah, fun if you like torturing yourself. Are you seriously going to defend GTG when it has that dog shit toilet room? Besides, it's optional, so how the hell is it comparable to Bottom of the Well?
Whatever, hater, you just like the niche titles like Minish Cap and Majora's Mask. You're such a fucking contrarian, I swear to God.
Shut the fuck up, Sleepy Joe. It's still better than A Link to the Past and Zelda 2. If this was my list, I'd put this shit in B tier all day, but I'm fine with A tier for now.
I don't like it, but for the sake of moving on, I think that's fine.
This is such bullshit.
Keeping the N64 train going, let's talk about Majora's Mask next.
Easiest S tier of my life.
Here we fucking go.
This game took the engine of Ocarina of Time and created an experience unlike any other Zelda game, and it only took them a year. Honestly, I should have hired the team that made this game to build my wall. They would have had that shit up in a month.
Yeah, it took them a year, and it sure fucking shows. This game has 4 dungeons? Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell is the point in paying full price for a Zelda game if you're only going to be able to do 4 dungeons? And these dungeons are easier than the fucking Deku Tree, I swear to God.
I don't know about that one, Joe. I think I'm with Don on this one. I mean, MM has an unforgettable atmosphere. And the side quests, all fantastic and unique. This game has some of the most creative writing in any video game.
Yeah, I know it's hard for you to stay awake, but maybe you should try reading the dialogue instead of mashing A, Joe.
Fuck off, Donald. I hope you enjoy having a butchered 3DS version of your dog shit game. OOT fans keep winning as usual.
At least they tried to do something with MM instead of doing the bare minimum, while also removing a bunch of fun glitches.
Man, are glitches the only thing you give a shit about? How about you stop watching speedruns and just play the damn game?
I don't know, man. Power Crouch Stab and ISG are pretty great.
You can still get ISG, you fucking morons.
Ooh, yeah, all you have to do is die in midair and pick up a heart. What a useless fucking glitch.
Man, will you shut up? You can't talk about glitches when discussing a tier list, you dipshit.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever, hater. You're just mad that all your bosses are boring as hell. MM has the most unique bosses in Zelda.
Bro, you can't seriously be trying to tell me that Georg is a good boss. He's absolute dog shit.
Mad because bad.
He's not even difficult, he's just fucking boring.
Mad.
All you do is shoot him with an arrow, go in the water, and click R. That's literally fucking it.
Guys, let's just split the difference and call this one an A tier, all right?
That's still too damn high.
Cry some more, Sleepy Joe. I was fine with putting your precious OOT in A tier.
Fuck off, Donald.
I'm putting it in A tier and we're moving the hell on. All right, next up is Wind Waker. I'll just put this in S tier and we can move right along.
Hold the fuck up. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Wind Waker is the most mid-game I've ever played in my fucking life.
Finally, this motherfucker says something I can agree with. Wind Waker is so goddamn boring, it makes me wish the GameCube was never made.
What the hell were they thinking going from the dark and grim MM to this goofy-ass cartoon bullshit?
Forsaken Fortress is dog shit. Boring as fuck the first time you go there and easy as fuck when you return.
Fuck you guys. My list, my rules.
If that's how this is gonna go, then I'm out. I'll make my own damn list.
I'm gonna go play some Zelda 2 randomizer.
Why do I hang out with these clowns?
God. What came out after that? Which one am I missing? All right. Did I miss any Star Fox games? I guess we can put Starlink in there. But I'm already putting this one to the side because I have not played it. So I'm putting this in here in non-applicable. All right, so Star Fox 1 at the top, absolutely. Star Fox 2 I'll put around here with Star Fox 64. Maybe, about there. Adventures and Assault. Put Star Fox Command at the bottom. Star Fox 0 here, and yeah, that's close to my tiers of Star Fox games. I put Starlink in NA because I have not played it. I have not played that. I guess that's how I have them set up. Star Fox 1 over 64. You have to understand, I was born in 1983. I liked foxes. Foxes were always my favorite animal, and I liked Jim Henson and the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth and stuff like that. So I had a Super Nintendo when this game was coming out. And it's the first 3D accelerated home console video game. It has Fox guy in it that looks awesome as hell, and he's the leader of a squadron of fighter pilots, and the characters look like Jim Henson Muppets out of a Dark Crystal style movie. It was one of the most amazing things I experienced as a small child. The game was very dim, very dark, and very, very Super Nintendo. And the commercial on TV and everything, it was amazing. It's like hallucinogenic drugs. Like whichever one was your first one is usually the favorite. I'm a mushroom man myself. Same reason. But I bought that game the week that it came out. I had been waiting for Star Fox 1 for months and months because of Electronic Gaming Monthly and Game Pro and all that. The Coke and Pepsi of video game review magazines. I had every issue up into the 2000s from September 1992. I obsessively got every single copy of EGM. Game Pro, it was, like if I had a little extra money and the issue looked good, I would get it. Because I liked Francis Mao's artwork for everything. Francis Mao. I hope he's doing all right. Game Informer, Game Player, Game Informer came later. But it was Game Players, EGM, and Game Pro. EGM and Game Pro were the big ones. in like 92, 93. But yeah, this is about my tier for the Star Fox games. My favorite Star Fox, I don't think Star Fox is my favorite Super Nintendo game. If at the very best, it's tied with Super Metroid. I think Super Metroid is the, like, it did the most with the console that could be done, other than, you know, like the 3D stuff with Star Fox. If I could pick two Super Nintendo games that tied with each other, it would be Star Fox and Super Metroid. Because think about it, if you're not sure if Super Metroid could be the best game, take Super Metroid, put it there, and try to find another Super Nintendo game in your mind that is better than Super Metroid. A Super Nintendo game. Like any game that you'd be like, well, okay, yeah, this one's better. Then once you find the one that's better than Super Metroid, then this is your number one video game. Well, I mean, the Metroidvania thing, open world side scroller was a thing when Simon's Quest came out. That's the main reason I like Castlevania 2 better than the other two. Castlevania 1 and 3 were neat, but they were, you know, like, it's like Mario Brothers. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and on, and then you beat the game. Simon's Quest required you to go back and forth in an open world, find items to get you past a certain point. I loved that as a kid. That was my first Metroidvania game or whatever. Really is just Metroid and Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, that started that. If you want to go back to Adventure Quest or whatever on Atari. I made open world top-down games on my calculator in 8th grade. They were horribly slow, but it was like an open world, like an overworld, like in Zelda. And it's like, you have found a bag of bombs. What will you do? Keep it in your inventory. It's like, all right, inventory. You now have bag of bombs. Use bag of bombs at area 1639, XY coordinates. And it's like bombs exploded and opened a door. And it's like every time you go to 1639 again, there's like a bunch of X's, like a big hole in the middle. It's like, there is a hole. Will you drop down? Yes, no. Like that kind of, like, I love doing shit like that. Miss that. My calculator had a very slow refresh rate if I was playing TI basic games. If I was playing assembly games that had been fully compiled, the frame rate was fine. Some of the games even made the sprites turn on and off, like on, off, on, off, on, off, to have halfway brightness. And then some of them, if they wanted them really bright, they would be like off, off, on, off, on, off, like barely on. So they would show up on the screen, but they would be a lighter color. On a monochrome system, since it was, you know, LCD or whatever, like a calculator, they could make the sprite go on, off, every other frame. And it would look like the other enemies that were fully on the whole time, but it would be dimmer because, like, the the pixels didn't instantly update on these calculators. They would fade. Like if pixel was on and then you turn that pixel off, it would take like a few a few hundred milliseconds or whatever to fade down to off. But if you kept turning that pixel on, off, over and over again nonstop, its brightness would kind of float in the middle. So you could emulate Game Boy style graphics with like different levels of brightness by showing sprites only every other frame or every 3 frames or every 4 frames. And it was really neat. I never could get the assembly stuff down. That was Greek to me. But man, it was still fun. Having a pocket thing, like a calculator that you could put in your pocket, and in your spare time you could program video games on it. Because when I got into 8th grade and we were required to have a TI calculator, or Texas Instruments graphing calculator, I had been making video games for a while in Visual Basic and API, and DirectX was getting ready to come out. I jumped straight over onto Direct Draw when that became a thing. And school suffered. School suffered immensely. It was horrible. My grades, they never recovered. And it wasn't, I wasn't out doing drugs. I wasn't out, stealing stuff and being a bad boy. I was sitting at home making video games, Metroidvania style video games, side scrollers. I still believe that I have the power to make the best side scroller co-op open world Metroidvania game that's ever been created. And it's very weird and very specific of a claim, but I want that. I want to do that one day. Before I die, I want to make a video game that's better than any other video game ever made for that genre. I just fear that by the time I get to that age where I've settled down to do it, the computers and AI will just be able to make any kind of video game you want. I don't know.
You can go on Tinder. Have you heard of this? There's Tinder. You go beep boop pop and there's pussy.
Without further interruption, let's celebrate and suck some dick.
You're gay. I would never suck a guy's dick. But if I did, it'd be one of the best sucks he's ever had.
All right. I'll be right back. All right. We're here. Just gotta treat it like busy work. This is jellyfish music. That sounds right. This is like something you'd listen to while watching jellyfish. I want to go to Larry's Ice Cream in Florida and get that Smurf ice cream before I die, before they close down. I hope they don't close down. I wish I could get a hold of the company and be like, look, I'm old, I'm withering away. I just want the recipe so I can make it myself. It's blue ice cream with marshmallows in it. If I look it up, I'll bring myself to tears. I want it so bad. It's my favorite ice cream flavor of all time. Close second being Bella's Ice Cream here in town with the, what was it? Ricotta fig. God, I've never had ice cream just about that good. I don't know what the blue flavor was. It was not like a tart blueberry. It was a creamy blue. Maybe with a touch of lemon or a fruity flavor to it. But, I don't know. You look up Smurf ice cream recipe and there's like 9 completely different ones. I love pads like this. You ever go through pads in your DAW? Like your like FL Studio or Reason or whatever, and you find a pad and you just hold down one chord like this, like F minor or whatever, and just hold it down and let it play forever like this, and it's just this.
Guys, I will join you later.
Nah. Have a good one.
Later, man.
He's gonna go play Overcrack.
No.
The sequeling. I need to finish Signalis. I'm so close to the end. I had Doom on PSX. That was the one, like, that was the only game for PS1 that I ever played with a friend using the serial cable. His dad would always come in when we were playing video games and make like this dumbfounded face and like twiddle his thumbs like he was holding an NES controller, and he'd make his eyes go cross. Just be like, duh, video game. Like it was kind of face like that. And he would make fun of us for playing video games. Anytime that we were like really into the video games, he would laugh so hard. And then the one day that he came in, and saw that I had brought over my TV in my backpack, a little 13-inch TV, and not only were we playing video games mindlessly, but we had 2 TVs, 2 PlayStations, and 2 controllers, and we were each playing our video games connected to each other. Like, he fell in the floor and like collapsed into laughter. And that was his dad. He was a farmer. Like, he wasn't into video games. You know, like, he remembers pinball and Atari or whatever. But I got it. Like, I look back at that, I was like, that had to be the funniest fucking thing he'd ever seen in his life. That sounds like my Falco. Like, you guys play any video games? Or whatever. And then he comes in one day and they've got their own video game systems and their own little TVs like connected to each other. Like, brought his own console and television over to the house so they could play video games together on separate systems across from each other. He'd die laughing. He would collapse into a fit of laughter. I remember it was my friend Jack. He was hardcore into Tomb Raider and Lara Croft. It's like his favorite thing ever. I remember I came over, I had some extra money that I got for Christmas. And I went out and bought him a copy of Tomb Raider 3 for PS1. It had just come out. So it would have been, that would have been 9th grade. He was still in 8th grade and I had just gotten into 9th grade. I remember that, and I went by his house, and his mom, Donna. I was like, hey, Donna, you mind if, is Jack here? She was like, no, he's still at something. I don't remember what it was. He was somewhere else. And I was like, well, I got this video game that he really, really wants. And I wanted to give it to him. Do you mind if I go in his room and put it in his PlayStation? And she's like, no, go ahead. Yeah, my mom was outside, like she drove me there. I remember that. And yeah, I put it inside of it because he had Tomb Raider 2 in there. I remember taking it out and putting Tomb Raider 3 in. I just didn't say anything. I didn't call or ask, like, did you play it? And then like later that day, like he called me. He was like, dude, thank you so much. Oh my God, this is great. Like this is, that was, I don't know, it was a really neat moment. I always enjoyed, like even when I was only like 14 years old or 15, I enjoyed like sneaking and getting my friends presents that they really wanted. Back then it was just video games. It was an easy pick. I miss being a kid sometimes. Some of it I do. I don't miss the ignorance. Being a stupid kid that's learning about like, I like algebra and listening to Faith No More. And I draw fox dudes that are kind of naked and kiss each other, but it's starting high school and being a cringy freshman. I draw there's this fox dude and this fox girl, and they kiss each other, and they go on adventures with machine guns and shoot aliens, and then they have sex and blah blah blah. It's like, oh my god, it was so nerdy. Because like back then, like I was into like Heavy Metal magazine. I was way too young. I had no business looking at it. But I was like, well, what if I draw my Fox characters? There's this guy and this girl, and they're on like this abandoned planet, and they have to like kill things with machine guns and swords, and then they have sex, and then they go kill more people. It was like something out of Heavy Metal. Oh my god, it was so lame, but it was funny. Like I had fun. It all folds into what I'm doing now, just like Drug War, just like Zoroastrella. Everything I've ever done is just, you know, building up to what I'm eventually gonna do with it. I can't wait. I'm excited. BG32, have a good night. How about some different music? We've had this music going for over an hour and a half, almost an hour and a half. I've put stuff in here recently, and I don't remember what it was. I remember Visual Studio in the late 90s, it was early 2000s. Visual Studio 6.0. Is there anybody in here that ever worked in Visual Basic as an API for, or as a shell for DirectX API and whatnot? In 1994, I was introduced to Visual Basic 3.0. Let's see. Visual Basic 3.0 was released in the summer of 1993 and came in standard and professional versions. Yeah. The very, like, other than QBasic, I did a little silly stuff in text games, you know. Like, you are in the room. There is an exit to the north, N key. An exit to the east, E key. And an exit to the west, W key. Which way would you like to go? It's like, you go into the west exit. A saw blade falls on your head and you die. Game over. Try again? Yes or no? Y key or N key? Like, it was like little silly shit like that. But it was learning how trees are set up. You know, like if-then statements and whatnot. But that was for fifth grade. In fourth grade, I did QBasic. In fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. Well, starting at fifth grade, every year for the rest of my life, or every year for the rest of, you know, my school life in high school, I did games in Visual Basic. I never really thought about that, but yeah, like starting in fifth grade when I found out what Visual Basic was and how to use it, and I taught myself everything. My stepdad gave me the program and he showed me form1.show0, and that was the one line of code that he showed me. And little 11-year-old me went around on the internet trudging around on like the 4 fucking websites that existed back then. And I learned and taught myself with that limited shit as a fucking 11 and 12-year-old boy. Like, how to program and do shit like that. I didn't really do much in life other than, you know, computer stuff, but holy fuck, that is one thing that I'm very proud of myself about, is being that little awkward kid that went on the internet and like taught himself how to make video games, even if they were dorky and cringy and 2D, using Windows ICO, icon files for all the graphics. This is like, oh, they have see-through backgrounds, but they flicker. It's like on an NES when there's too many enemies on the screen and they flicker. Well, like in Visual Basic, using icons and image, you know, control items and whatnot. What was it? Not OOP, object-oriented programming. No, it was a MFC, multifunction controls. MFC was what the objects were called in Visual Basic. Because in C++, you have to define a visual rectangle of your video buffer and all this stuff. In Visual Basic, it just loads a window, a form, and you just drag and drop command buttons onto the screen and all that. But I eventually got to where I wouldn't use those. First I was like, oh, I'm going to make an image control. Excellent. So you can make it sprite an .ico file, like the icons that show on your desktop when you double click on a little square icon to load Doom Eternal or whatever. Those used to be images in the format of .ico, like an ICO or an icon file, and that's what they were. And you could just make an icon file. I actually used the Visual Basic made icon editor, and I used that to make all of the sprites for my little Zelda side-scroller game I made. I tried to make a game like Zelda 2. I made a Bionic Commando grappling hook game when I was in 6th grade. I remember all the games I made when I was in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. 8th grade was the one where I worked 6 months on a Zelda side-scroller game, and then I got struck by lightning through my computer. I got zapped by, like, I didn't, get electrocuted or whatever. It singed my fucking arm. It gave me a burn up my arm. It melted all the hair on my left arm. I was at my computer and lightning struck the water, not water spout, the gutter thing outside. I didn't get hurt. It burned the hair off of my arm, and I fell. The reason I got hurt was because I fell back in my chair and bumped my head on the ground. It had nothing to do with the lightning, but it came through. Sparks flew out of the CRT monitor that I had. The thing that hurt the most, aside from bumping my head, was how loud the sound was. Like, lightning literally struck 10 feet outside my window. It fried my computer. This was in 8th grade, so this was early, mid 1998. And I'd been working on a Visual Basic game of Zelda, my own Link game. My friend Derek Bain, he can tell you about it, because I would stay so many nights at his house and we would work on it together. I used all these MIDI files for the music from Duke Nukem and from the Zelda animated series and everything. But yeah, the main thing from it was I got up, an hour later. I didn't care about bumping my head. My ear stopped ringing. I was fine. There's no injury or whatever. The main thing that fucked me up that was my computer. Like at this point, I had my own computer that my dad had. The one I talked about earlier in the other stream, the guy that did the DUI manslaughter and was getting bailed out of jail, he owed my dad money because my dad was the bail bondsman. So he called me. He's like, well, it's getting close to your birthday, Matt. And, this guy who's going to jail, he got drunk and ran somebody over and killed him. So he's going to jail for like 10 years. But like his bail was like $2,000 or something like that. So, or $20,000. So he owed my dad $2,000. And he asked me, and this was in 1998. He asked me to write down or type out or whatever it was. I don't remember, like what I wanted everything about the computer to be. And yeah, like I was like, I want a 200 megahertz processor. I want 16 megabytes of RAM. I want Windows 95. Because I only had like a Windows 3.1 even in 1997, 98. And yeah, it was a 200 megahertz processor, 16 megabytes of RAM. It ran Quake 2 perfectly. And I think Quake 2 was the most advanced video game I played on it before it got struck. Because it got struck by lightning in like mid 1998. So months later, I was done with 8th grade, still didn't have a computer. And then I started high school, and the insurance came through, and my stepdad, who claimed the insurance and everything, he was like, all right, look in here and find me what computer you want. I was like, I can get a laptop? And he's like, yeah, you like, is that what you want? I was like, I want a laptop. Because I was looking at them. There were laptops that were like the shittiest laptop they had, which is the one I got, was still better than the computer I had at the time. And I got a compact Presario 1235. It had 32 megabytes of RAM. Its processor was a Pentium 2 266 megahertz. This is in September or October 1998. And that's the first computer I played Half-Life 1 on. It barely ran Half-Life 1. But it did. It did, and it worked. I remember on our DOS computer putting Quake 1 on it. I mean, it had Windows 3.1, but I mainly used DOS with Edit and QBasic. And it barely ran Quake. The smaller levels and shrinking the screen. It let me play it at a higher frame rate, but just playing it like full screen and all that, like, yeah, it was slow as hell. Yep, turning Half-Life down to 320 by 200 or 240 or whatever. Jeez, I remember that.
I am fading out here, dude. I
No. Bubba has gone to sleep.
Yes. But why did he go to sleep, Sammy?
Sorry.
Is it because I'm a demon?
Yes, Bubba is turned into a sleepy demon, and he must be destroyed. I'm so confused. He went to sleep in the prohibited break room. Quickly, Sammy, we must...
I wish there was a sequel.
There kind of was the Dueling Fireman, but it never got finished, so we'll never know.
Damn.
Unless there's a beta release. But yeah, I'll see you around.
Yeah, see you in a few hours. Take care, man. Y'all have a good stream.
You too, bud. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. People need to get their facts straight. Meanwhile, I'm still here. I'm sorry. I
apologize.
L take. Something like that. I don't know all the details. Shut the fuck up, Sleepy Joe.
Hold the fuck up. Wind Waker was the most mid game I've ever played in my whole day.
It's so funny because I can relate with every single one of them to some extent. I've only had breakfast, though. I do need to have some kind of lunch or dinner. Yes, I am still on my gym arc. We still go every other day. I mean, like, on the weekend, we'll skip 2 days. Like, we still go at least 3 to 4 days a week. Like, consistently. And I'm starting to get to where I can raise my weight amount that I'm lifting by 10 pounds. I'm up to 60 on the preacher curls thing. I started at 40, then I went to 50, and now I'm at 60. And I get the pump when I do it too. Like when I look down and I'm doing the curl, I forget what it's called, the bicep curl thing. Like my muscles get like really big. I look like I'm swole as fuck. But they shrink back down like 2 hours later. I'm like, oh, I look skinny again. But now that I've been doing it for about 2 months, roughly every other day, I can stand in front of the mirror in a tank top and cross my arms and just very slightly flex a little bit, and I don't look scrawny anymore. Like, my arms are still skinny, but they are more muscular than they have ever been in my entire life. Like, I still look skinny as fuck, but like, there's starting to be like shading around certain parts of my arms. It's like there's a little bit of like definition to it. But I like going. We have a fixed set that we do. No less than 40 minutes. I know some people are like, oh, half an hour or 1 hour or whatever. Like, my thing is, we cannot leave until we've been working out for 40 minutes. Like, from the moment we walk in the door. And this is every single day that we go to the gym, we go to the elliptical, and I burn 110 calories. It started out as 100. Sometimes now it's 110 or 120. And I get on the elliptical, I set the elevation up to 12 or 11, and I put on my funk playlist. You know, like the fucking, like, and I go on the elliptical. I usually start sweating about 5 minutes in. About 4.5, 5 minutes is when my clothes start getting damp. But I stay on the elliptical until it says I've burned at least 100 calories. And that usually takes like 10 minutes. And now, since I've been going for 2 months, it's taking like 8.5 minutes to get that far. And I, you know, like, I look over and Greg's still going, and he's a little bit lower than me on the calories. So I'm like, well, I'll go until Greg gets to 10 minutes to his 100 calories or whatever. And I'll be like 10 or 15 calories ahead of him. But we're like gradually getting to where we're slowly going up on everything, every machine we're doing. Greg was telling me yesterday about how when he was getting on the rowing machine and whatnot, a certain setting like 80 pounds would wear him the fuck out, and now he's gotten to where 80 pounds barely gets him breaking a sweat, so he's got to raise it to 90 pounds or 95 pounds. And we've just been very, very slowly, gradually raising our amounts on the machines. It's not quick. It's not like, oh, I worked out every day for a month and now I'm Giga Chad. It's like, no, you got to keep at it for like half a year to a year, sometimes 2 years if you're not that active. Like I said, we don't go like super hard, but when we're done, we have to put towels in the car when we sit down because we're soaked in sweat, and we're like I couldn't thread a needle or light a cigarette. My hands are so shaky. I'm just like, just get home. Let's make a smoothie. Oh my God. And we'll get in the shower and shower off. And like in the shower, I'll be like, oh my God. Like when you get it, like, that's good. That means you did good. You wore yourself the fuck out. There's no point in going to the gym if you just go there and do like 6 reps and then take selfies of yourself and leave. Like, that's, no. I hate that so much. There are people, I go into Planet Fitness's circuit thing, and Greg and I will be on the machines, and we'll want to go to the next machine that we're supposed to when the light turns green, and we can't because someone's sitting there taking selfies with their fucking phone and talking to their fucking boyfriend, like, yeah, I'm at the gym, selfie. And it's like, all right, well, I'll skip that machine, and when this person inevitably leaves, I'll zip back over to that one. Do I use protein shakes? Greg makes us smoothies when we get home, and we have plant-based protein that we stick in them. and we usually eat some grilled chicken or something similar to that after we get back, a very high protein dinner. I love it. It's almost become like a routine or a ritual at this point, and I love it. We have fun at it. Some, you know, like I said, some mornings I'll wake up and Greg will be like, Jim, and I'm like, yeah, I guess, and go. But the second that I get there, the moment that I step up to the elliptical and get on it and start my funk playlist or whatever, any doubt, it's like being in school when I was a kid. It's like, I don't want to go, but it's like by the time you're on the bus, you're like, well, I'm going to school, whatever, I'm ready. It's hard to explain sometimes, but that's how it feels. Like once you get to that point, once you're in the middle of it, it's like, oh, okay, well, we're here. I do this every other day. I'm ready. I don't get like horribly discouraged from it, but you know, sometimes you'll have that day where it's like, I don't want it, but then you force yourself to do it, and once you're 10% of the way through it, you're fine. You're ready to go. Karen's, Kevin's. I haven't really talked to anybody. The only people that have come up to me at the gym while I was working out were waiting on a machine that I was using. I guess one dude, he looked like he was like 50 something or whatever. You're just like, oh, hey, bud, how many more reps you got on that? Like, are you gonna be done? And blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I've got like 2 left. He's like, oh, that's fine. Just wondering. I was like, I'll be done quick. Don't worry. And we have a chuckle about it. Like, it's not like, hey, guy, you're taking over that thing and you need to, and I've been here longer than you. Like, it's nothing. It was just like, oh, hey, you got a lot of reps left on that? It's like, oh, I've got a set and he's got a set and we'll be done. It's like, oh, okay. I was just checking. You know, that's the thing. Like, I assume that some people that are there to work and stuff, they have a more tight schedule than I do. Like, I can come here anytime I want and lift and pump and do whatever anytime, and I'm not in any hurry to get back. And I know some of these people have regular jobs where they don't have all the time in the world, so I always try to be considerate. I've never run into an asshole. If I did, I'd let them know. I'm not a pushover. I don't fucking care about like somebody getting in my face. But if somebody's got the wrong assumption about me, I'll tell them. Be like, dude, I'm just here living for the pump. I'm not like trying to hog a machine on somebody. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not a pushover, but at the same time, I don't want to be an asshole. You know, if someone's got a good reason why they're in a hurry or whatever, like, yeah, I'll gladly move to another machine. It doesn't fucking matter to me. I'm a Sigma. It's just like, listen, brother, you gotta make way for the whatever. It's like, you for what? Like, we're the alphas and we're coming through. And I would just be like, oh, your little like alpha versus beta game. That's kind of cute. I'm just gonna go over here, adjust my tie, and think about what my new business cards are gonna be made out of. Adjust my necktie and walk away. Why is he wearing a necktie at the gym? He's not even wearing a shirt. Don't worry about it. He's a Sigma male. It's just part of his grind set. Oh my God. Hey, Alan! Try to get a reservation. The doors are out, you fucking bastard! God. Quake was such a good game. It really was. Call it, use whatever nomenclature, boomer this, boomer that, or whatever, but Quake is the reason that we have fully 3D first-person shooters right now. So good. You don't understand, it's like, oh yeah, old boomer shooter, or whatever. Like, Quake had Quake C. It had its own like slightly different version of C language, and you could program and create things. You could do anything with that, and that's how Half-Life 1 came to be. If there was not a Quake engine, Half-Life 1 would not have been a thing, or it would have been a thing much later, and it would have been much, much different. What about martial arts or arts of fighting? I don't know. I feel like I'm too old to get into that stuff, but all I want to do is have my heart be in good health. So my family doesn't really have the whole cancer stuff as a huge problem, but heart issues are a big thing. So I want to focus on cardio more than anything else in my life. But secondary to cardio, I want to get my biceps, I want to do curls and get my arms built and my abs. Arms and abs. I built a lot of muscle mass in my legs when I was a kid. I was a good runner. I can still sprint really fast. Only like nowadays, like I could sprint for 15 seconds and then I fall on the ground and get tunnel vision. But not so much now, because I've been working on my cardio and my endurance for like 2 months now, every other day at the gym. It's been great. You definitely should go. I'm eventually going to go from the gym to getting a set of free weights and doing free weights at home as well. I don't know the first thing about it. I don't know. I have a couple friends that do that stuff. But right now, I just want to get to where I'm comfortable going to the gym every other day for like 6 months. And get into that where like going, because like even now, it's so much easier to do the 100 calories on the elliptical. When I first started, by the time I'd get to like 80 calories or 90 calories on the elliptical, I'd be getting tunnel vision and vocally being like, like that. And now I get to 110 calories and I'm not even breathing heavy. Like I'm getting a little worn out, but it's like I'm feeling the progress. It is objectively better than it was the first couple times I went to the gym a couple months later. But I do. What my goal one day before I die, at some point in my 40s, is to cosplay as Big Boss and pull it off like accurately. I want to do that. That's a goal for me. Not at a con or whatever, but like for Halloween or something, like put on the Big Boss costume and be like, holy fuck. Let the legend come to life again. With the fucking phantom cigar and everything, that would be pretty neat. But yeah, I think I could pull it off. I've got a couple more years. I'm gonna be 40 in 2 months. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm fucking old. Yeah, I thought about getting the 38 special, but nah. Going to a Trent Reznor concert, moshing in the pit as Quake Guy is like the most... That's the biggest W I've ever heard in my life. Especially if he decides to play some music from Quake, like the theme. Like, yeah, dude. That's what I was just actually playing a minute ago, was like the level complete music. Y'all know this one, right? This is the Outer Wall area from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And Randy knows what's up. It's a little pitched up. Here's the... There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, Symphony of the Night is easy once you get your character leveled up all the way. Once you learn Dark Metamorphosis, I mean, a lot of the spells, I think the spells, like if you just do them at the beginning of the game and you have the MP to cast them, they just permanently become part of your record anyway. I do need to eat something, though. I've only eaten once today, and I've been up for a while. Actually, I don't think I did eat after I got up. No wonder I'm fucking hungry. Yeah, the shield rod was great. That was the one where, depending on the shield you had equipped, it did different stuff. I mean, like even the Alucard armor and sword and everything. Jesus. Right now it is 4:27 a.m. Yeah, let me figure it out. I'll be right back. Oh, shit. We're good. We live. We living. We living. Oh, gulp, swallow. Gross. Why would you do that? Don't do that, please. In the future, please don't. All right. I made a pizza roll. Just the one. They come in pairs, as fruit fuckers often do. Now, I really do want to play Symphony of the Night again. I have every PlayStation game ever released in North America. It's a pizza pocket. I forget what they're called in Canada. Darks Intelligent friends, welcome. How's it going? We're just working on episode 3 of my cartoon. I hope you're all having a good time. My name's Fred. I guess I'm a wolf right now.
Yay.
That was unnecessary. But yeah, I'm Fred. I work on the cartoon A Fox in Space. It's animation about the Nintendo game Star Fox. Let me see if I can get this to show up. It never wants to. Maybe it will. We'll see.
Excellent!
Randy355, thank you for gifting Teal 1 sub to Fix Burr, Joe Blueby, Solly HHC, Little Puppy and Farface 21. As a thing here, when you gift subs, I have to do my Arnie impression. But yeah, this is cold open on episode 3. Wolf is landing on Fortuna, and all of these Polish lizard dudes are hanging out.
Excellent!
And he hops out of the ship, and this is the guy he's giving the key to. It blows. You must be Nikolai. You have a launch key. Give to me. And he gives him the launch key to the ship. And then it will cut back to Wolf hanging out with these guys, while Nikolai, the lizard fella, checks out the ship up here. It's still loading textures and things. You have to forgive me. It's not the fastest. So at this point, Wolf has given Nikolai the key to the ship. It's still loading shaders. It's getting there. It's like pop-in when you're playing Gears of War, right? There we go. Sorry, although it's running a little slow. If I turn off the... Oh, that's why it's running so damn slow, because I'm rendering the grass. Let me turn the grass off. This is like 5,000 blades of grass or something. There we go. That's better. So yeah, they're just chilling out, watching him mess with this ship up here while they're doing the bug barbecue. He's like, hey, go ahead and have some. Of course, they can't understand anything that they're saying to each other. He's like, take. This is where I don't have the voice in yet. But he's going like, so how do I crack this open? And oh, you just, okay. Wolf's looking at it. And this part isn't finished animated. But yeah, this is where he's like, never thought I'd miss the food on Corneria. And then he bites the head off of the bug thing. And he's standing there eating it with the other guys and chewing it. And he looks over and he's like, not bad, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, they're kind of amused. And then it cuts back to where they're driving him in. Actually, that's not it here. Hold on a minute. This is where they're driving him to the guy that his father owes money to. This is spoilers. This is exposition from episode 3. Wolf's dad is a gambler and owes money to the Polish lizard mob family or whatever. and Wolf asked them if he could steal a ship for them to sell on the black market. And he was like, well, if you could steal me something like that, then, you know, the debt will be more than paid, and I might have some work for you to do. So after that, that's Wolf being driven to or from the ship in the background through a tunnel to the Pawlowski compound that is owned by Janusz Pawlowski. They aren't animated here yet. These are just still images of him driving. Like, they're going to be looking back and forth at each other and talking and stuff. I just wanted to get the actual scene set up. Like, everything's actually here. Like, all the objects and stuff are in the car. Like, they're actually in there. I took care of a fox for a little while that we found on the side of the road until we could take it somewhere, like, official and safe. They're precious. They have hella fleas, though. You gotta give them a few baths to get rid of them. But anyway, Wolf gets driven here, and at this point in it, he's kind of figured, like, he might be in over his head. No one knows where he is. And then he gets driven to the Pawlowski compound. This is Janusz Pawlowski, and he owns this big building, this big mansion. And the ceiling, it's going to be fancy. Like, the ceiling's got a big, like, letter P insignia with a light shining through it. And the entire ceiling of the building is going to be a swimming pool. And there's always going to be these sexy lizard ladies in bikinis swimming in the pool. And the lobby, the waiting room is underneath. And and Wolf is going to be sitting on a couch that has a rug draped over the top of it to cover all of the bullet holes and blood stains. And the cushions he's sitting on that have blood on them, they've been turned upside down. He's like, there's another scene where, like, I haven't animated the mouth movements because I'm waiting till I have all of the Polish dialogue recorded. And he's going to look over to Nikolai and ask for one of his cigarettes. And Nikolai just, he understands exactly what Wolf wants, but he does not give him a cigarette. There's a lack of respect here. Well, I use very crude 3D models to have a reference of where the characters are, but they're still hand-drawn. Like, I still actually, like, these are the, think of like Parappa the Rapper, if you will. They're still hand-drawn. Everything that you see is still 2D, except for, you know, like vehicles and stuff. I'm not going to hand-draw spaceships every frame. That shit would drive me nuts. Yeah, this is just, everything's still drawn in this. Let me find the other concept art. Yeah, like, this is some promo art. You might find this familiar from episode 1. Yeah, it's just, you know, 2D vector art. You can move around. It's just you know. Just exactly like Toon Boom or Adobe Animate. But yeah, I love this because it's a callback to the promo art, the thumbnail for episode 1. So this is Nikolai, friend of the family. This is Stanislav and Pyotr, the two older brothers. This is the father, Janusz Kowalski, and his youngest son, half-brother to Stanislav and Pyotr, is Leon. And he's the one that wants to fly the ship that Wolf has stolen to bring to Janusz to pay off the debt of Wolf's father. Leon is like, I want to learn how to fly. And so he's like, well, instead of killing you, I guess I'll let you teach my son how to fly the ship you just stole. So Wolf and Leon walk out of the room together down a hallway. And it's kind of, there's going to be kind of a moment where it plays the Star Wolf theme. Just a little, like fading out in the background. And it's like, oh, this is the birth moment of the Star Wolf team. This is like in its smallest form. This is the day it started. I think it'll be pretty neat. But I have a lot of promo art for episode 3. The previously segment of episode 3 takes place even earlier. It's just the first 2 minutes of the episode were like, previously, I know one of those, look out! Like that kind of stuff. Fixboy, you gifted a tier 1 sub to Patalcomenta. I never know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is about 9 years before episode 2. James and his wife Vixie are about 21. Andros is like 2 years older than me. Pepper is a colonel, not yet a general. This is when they meet for the first time at the Corneria Space Dynamics Bioscience Expo 83. Fox McCloud is about 2 years old, 3 years old here. This is stuff from later in the episode, of course. This is a first draft of what Crystal will look like. She'll likely look a little bit different. But yeah, this is Andros. This is 9 years before episode 2. So Andros is very young. This is when he's still like a biology scientist teacher guy for Corneria. And he meets these two who were Corneria's smartest teenagers like 3 or 4 years before. But they're about 21 now. They're married. They love each other very much. They have a kid. James Jr., JJ. James would call his son JJ, not Fox. Fox's real name is James Foxworth McLeod Jr. His dad's name is James Foxworth McLeod. This is just my own like nerdy little headcanon just for organization's sake. But yeah, they meet at the Corneria Space Dynamics Bioscience Expo. Andros asks these two to come work for him on a special experiment funded by the government, but they're not at liberty to say what it is, and they do. And it's her downfall, and James gets fucked up over it. Like everyone involved gets very heavily injured, and it's bad. And like you'll see all of it in the previously thing. Don't worry. Like all will be revealed that you want to know about the stuff he was talking about in the second episode. More pictures of Fox and Farah. Now keep in mind, this is what they look like in episode 1. Like Fox, this is when Fox is, picked up by the Venomian soldiers and Wolf, and he's still like got a cut on his eye and he's got a black eye. Like I said, don't worry about this. But this is what they look like roughly at that age. Lighting, no lighting. I love how Farah turned out. Wolf O'Donnell. Because I haven't drawn these characters. I haven't animated them in like 6 or 7 years. Not ears. Like if we measured from ears, Farah would be the tallest character in the show. It's the top of your skull. This is James and Vixie when they are, early 20s. Andros when he's younger. God, James is going to sound so different. I'm here to help. Blah, 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 blah. This is what my voice sounds like. Let's go. Blah, 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 blah. Like he almost sounds like Fox McCloud. Like, yes, let's go and try it. We'll see what we can do. And blah, blah, blah. And did bad stuff. And loses his wife and huge injuries, fucks up his face, his eyes, his ear, his hand is, burned off. And now he just sounds like this everywhere. just like gruff gunslinger, Roland Deschain, Liam Neeson kind of like, and then also it's like 10 years later. Where's the button I was looking for? I was like, he just becomes like super jaded Sigma male. Andros kidnaps him and takes him into his office. Andros is just like,
whenever I think about you, McLeod, I think of your failed opportunities. Everything in your life you could have been. I only wonder what comes to your mind when you think about me. I don't think about you at all, Doctor.
Just vine boom, Savage Own walks away adjusting his necktie while Andros is just like crumpled on the floor, completely just savagely owned. That would be another good little YouTube short, I think. That's what I'm doing here. That's what this one is with Wolf and everything. Okay, I waited till we were alone to ask this. That's me being nice. Can Can I see your legs?
I don't know. Can you?
Just destroyed. So, I don't know. I've seen all these like scenes from Boardwalk Empire and American Psycho or whatever. They're fucking hilarious. They're so campy and cheesy, but I want to do one like that. And that's what I'm doing. I'm almost done with this one. I just have to keep animating Wolf here.
is here.
Hi, Sammy. Welcome. This is Finger. Our boss is a demon. Mr. Robert. He is now on vacation.
Do not need you. My job is at the griddle or the gyros.
Sammy, your first order is a chili dog. Finger's just a mite testy. We're on the lookout for demons.
Okay, my first order. I think that man is a demon. 100%.
100% you say? I will try to find out with powers. Stand back, Sammy. This may be out of your mind.
The terrorist too
No.
No.
Yeah. Sammy, never try what I just did. The power was too hot. Luckily, I was able to quickly sample my screams of pain. Now there may be an order at the drive-thru. After that, come back here, and we will form a music band for protection from demons. The name will be The Teammates. We will use a sample of my scream in our first song.
How about the super band?
Go to the drive-thru, Sammy.
Where is the drive-thru? My large finger gets burned off. But your startup is gone?
Let's all relax. Sammy, go to the drive-thru. It is over there.
Griddle grits, Bill. Why can't Sammy say 100%?
Finger way? That could be confusing. Either the cryptic
Bill,
shadows
what
of
is
Pope
the
Demon
name of
play
the new
180
band,
songs
by the
on
way?
TV? We're The not Teammates.
sure which.
Even with his bad taste for band names, Sammy may be crucial to our cause. Which is fighting demons? It's pep talking time for our inexperienced co-worker. Until then, my friend, the message from the griddle must remain a riddle.
I don't like that. Bill, what is the name of the new band, by the way?
The Teammates.
I prefer the Jack Vents.
Go to the bathroom, Finger.
is the drive-through?
Sammy, listen to me. What you saw back there was a man who went berserk because there are parts of his body he wasn't born with that went out of control. Fingers used to burst in ill rhymes in our old two-man band called the Safeties. But then he tried to pimp us a rock album about dedication to quality food service called 100%. For 5 long days at the griddle, he garnered the Safeties, not but insipid ditties with fragmented concepts, lame arrangements, and deplorable human beatbox solos. He lost all critical perspective. Bless his mangy little heart.
I don't understand.
Sammy, listen to me. Fingers ornery. He's liable to get touchy and do something rash. He thinks you're a demon, but I'm on your side, Sammy. So, home skillet, we about to get our teammate roll on and solve the riddle of the griddle.
Yes.
The patron is gone. Damn! Sammy, we may have our answer and possibly an energetic clip of me to use in our first music video to boot quickly to the prohibited break room.
Fucking demons.
There he is. That's unusual. He's peeing erratically. I think... Oh no! I sent Finger to the bathroom? How could I be so foolish? I've lost control of the teammates. Before I even had it, I can't watch.
Well,
Finger, you're alive. Praise the legions of...
Sammy the demon. He peed on the floor.
No, Finger. Sammy was with me. We saw the real demon on video. He's in the bathroom.
No. I'm confused. Fucking demons.
Sammy, Finger, listen to me now more than ever. I only know one thing. These infernal revelations beamed through the cryptic shadows are totally uncool. Designed by demons to cause us heinous peril. Finger, the days of these safeties are past. Our future is here in the teammates. The teammates must reach for the stars, and tomorrow the teammates must only serve good food to real people from now on, and bad food to demons. The teammates must also vow to formulate secret languages which we...
What?
Mr. Robert, he is afraid. We thought there was a fire in your office. Sammy smelled smoke.
Creeps. Mom, go piss.
Doubly dangerous. dangerous, demon death dudes. His totally teammates take off time.
I have lost a finger and jobs, but I have gained a friend. Those demons were in the restaurant.
Yes, yes, Sammy. And now I know our first album, The Teammates, present 101%.
What a ride. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've seen all the steamed hams things. Such a huge meme. Koniec.
Well, looks like they're gonna have to operate. Oh no. No, that's good. That's good. Get it over with. Get it done. Get it out of there. Yeah, I guess so, as long as they get a good doctor. Yeah, Dr. Richard. He know what he's doing. What up, Sean Jarrett? Sean Jarrett. So when's she scheduled to go in? They want her to go in next Tuesday to do some tests. Blood work. Yeah, blood work, x-rays, all that stuff. Just to make sure they don't run into any problems. Sean Jarrett. And then a week after that, they wanted to go for the actual procedure. Sean Jarrett. Sean Jarrett. Why he's mad?
You said it was gonna come as a present, but it didn't come.
What's up, man? Why you mad?
Last time I had seen you, you said you was gonna bring me a little present, and I see you today, and I see you ain't got no present.
Oh, Sean Jarrett, you thought I had forgot?
Yeah?
Bruh, it's in my pocket, man. It's just a little thing. It ain't a big old present. Here, look. Man, you thought I had forgot, huh?
Yeah?
I didn't forget you, though, huh?
No?
You like it?
Yeah?
She gonna be at St. Mary? Yeah, they doing it at St. Mary, and then they say they want to keep her for like a week after, just to make sure she good. All right, me and my daddy gonna come by, bring some flowers or something. All right, she gonna be happy to see y'all, too.
Wait, do you reckon this is it?
Yeah, I think so. You just want to knock, find out?
Yeah, it's definitely it.
The fuck you fucking cunt.
Nosy.
Yeah, how you going, boys?
Yeah, pretty good yourself.
You fucking caught me early or something, eh?
Yeah, sorry if we woke you up.
You boys want a cuppa?
Yeah, sounds
Get
good.
us boiling. Yeah, boys, just got a quick cashy today. Just doing a bit of traffic and roll. Bit of a stand and spin, if you catch my drift. Yeah, we'll do that for a bit. Get a bit of cash in hand and fucking, I've got a bit of surprise for you later on.
Fucking oath, we love surprises.
Mate, who fucking doesn't love surprises?
I like the chickens that you got roaming around, Nosy.
Yeah, me silkies. Yeah, they go alright, don't they? Watch out for the white one though, he's a fucking skid scum. You boys don't mind hanging around for an hour or so while I do this cashy?
Nah, it's all good, man.
Alright, sweet. We won't be long.
Mr. Lollipop Man, eh?
Yeah, you fucking better believe it, cunt. Easiest job on the fucking planet, mate. Fucking tell you what.
Yeah?
Fucking dead set. All I'm fucking doing is standing out in the road twisting a fucking pole, cunt. And I'm getting paid fuckloads more because it's a fucking safety risk. Because I'm standing out in the fucking road. Yeah, mate. Every time I go out looking for cashies, I always find the fucking riskiest ones. Because as you know, I'm a fucking crazy cunt. I like to fucking walk on the edge and get paid for it. Cash in hand. Always fucking cash in hand, mate. Always. Yeah, mate, qualified in all sorts of fucking trades, you know, like fucking being a chippy, being a sparky, fucking mechanic, concreter, bricky, joint sealer, tree lobbing, scaffold builder, painter. I used to fucking blow shit up in the mines. Fucking crane driver, been a debt collector. Yeah, done me fair share of
I'm gonna fill my water up. I will be right back.
And Bill, mate,
Nosy!
Yes, me mate, Bill.
Well, it sounds like you know pretty much every profession there is to know in your field of work. How does someone come to know all that?
Crazy Steve.
Yeah?
Mate, Crazy Steve. He's a fucking visionary. Can't believe you fucking haven't heard of him.
It'll be really great to actually meet this Crazy Steve.
Well, mate, you know how I said I got a surprise for yous?
Yeah?
Yous want to go meet Crazy Steve?
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
Alright, fuck yeah, we'll go see the crazy cunt. We'll fuck this job off. I'll just get me cash and we'll go. You blokes are gonna love Crazy Steve, mate. He's a fucking sick cunt. Yeah, he should just be up this side up here, boys. Be in there somewhere, boys. Just gotta go find him. There's a fucking crazy cunt in the fucking world, huh?
Here you go, mate. What have you been up there, you fucking crazy
Good to
cunt,
fucking
huh?
see you too, Crazy
Just a
Steve.
fucking celebrity over here, fucking film crew and everything, huh?
These are me mates Gerald, Zeke, Terrence?
G'day, boys. How's your dad?
Yeah, pretty
Are these the fucking cunts that you're ripping off to go to fucking Thailand? Don't trust this fucking dirty cunt. He just wants to go there for a fucking rip start.
Fuck off, Crazy Steve.
Yeah, get out of here, you filthy cunt. Go away and fucking smoke a spot and I'll be over in a minute.
Alright, come on, guns, let's go.
Yeah, Mike's a good fella. Known him since he was fucking knee-high to a fucking grasshopper. Yeah, guess you could say I taught him everything he knows. Shittest worker though. Cunt's always on fucking smoko. Yeah, Nosey just wants to go to fucking Thailand for a fucking rip start.
What's a rip start, Crazy Steve?
A rip start? You know what anal beads are, right?
Yeah.
They fucking shove them right up, yeah, fucking wank you off, and as soon as you come, they fucking rip start you like your fucking dad's lawnmower, mate.
Fuck.
Hey!
So you're going over to Thailand to get something like a rip start or something, Nosey?
Fucking Crazy Steve, the fucking cunt. He's the one that fucking got it first. And he's the one telling me I should go over to Thailand and get one. But I'm like, nah.
Yeah, sure, Nosey.
Back off, boys, fuck off. Oi, Crazy Steve, you should do that thing for the boys.
Nah, mate, nah, not today, mate, it might fucking work.
Oh, come on, just once, just do it for the boys, we'll get it on film.
Nah, I'm not fucking doing that, cunt, not today, mate. Too fucking tired.
Oh, go on, Crazy Steve, come on.
Nah. Alright, you filming?
Yeah, go now, it's no cars. There's no cars, mate, it's no cars.
Oh, fuck yeah, no, these fucking niggas, cunt. Fucking... Yep.
Go, Crazy Steve, go, Crazy Steve, go. Yeah, fucking sing it. Go. Fuck yeah, can't. This is why they call him Crazy Steve. One breath, cunt, one breath.
Yeah, cunt.
Yeah, Crazy Steve's fucking skits, mate. I've seen him fucking polish off a whole cardo. Doing only that. Dead set. Not only is he a mentor, he's also a teacher. I'll never fucking forget what he said to me once. He gave me the best fucking piece of advice that I can ever fucking ask for. And I've used that advice every single day of my life. And things have never been fucking better. He said to me, mate, Mort, ever since I fucking used that advice, things have never been better. So, take it home. Use it.
Okay.
Hello.
Have a good night, Dale.
Hi. My name's Tetanus Bob. I'm gonna be your driving instructor today. So, whenever you're ready, fasten your seatbelt and the test will begin. Gonna start the engine. Check your mirrors, of course. Pull up the anchor. And go. Go ahead. You're good. Follow the road.
Listening to DMV Radio, the one-stop shop for all news, media, weather, and entertainment. News today, Flesh Riders have attacked and killed another driving instructor.
Whoa. Whoa, slow down. Slow down. Oh, bunk. Hey, Mark. That's driving instructor Mark. He's on sick leave. Okay, let's go. Let's just go. Drive. So you got a girlfriend?
No.
Have you got a boyfriend?
I
What, are you afraid to tell me? You know, you young people are all the same. You think that society after the nuclear war is backwards and savage. Oh, it's really not. Take it from me. The other day, for instance, I was out in my garden. It's all dirt. There's nothing. But I looked down and I saw a flower. I hadn't planted it, but it was right there. It was in the middle of my lawn. In spite of all this hostility in this world all around it, a beautiful little flower with a strong stem and delicate petals. Honeybees buzzing around it, morning dew droplets on the leaves. Isn't that something? People are so cynical about the world nowadays. You just gotta look for the beauty in it. Okay, now I'm gonna need a parallel park between the that slave auction and that writhing mass of mutant children fused together. Jesus, that's a lot of kids all fucked up like that. Must have been an elementary school around here. Holy shit. Okay, back up. Back up, back up. You need to be parallel to the slave auction. You're almost. Just try it again. Just try it again. You almost got it. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Wow. That was perfect. Have you driven much before?
No, this is my first time.
He shall need no teaching.
What?
Nothing. Now we are going to test your perception. What do you see?
I see the desert. I see a man breastfeeding a dog. A ghoul teaching his son to ride a bike. And what's that? There's something over there. What is that? A man. Some sort of man. Approaching. Fast.
What? What kind of a man?
He's muscular. He's shirtless.
What is he riding?
Oh, God.
Drive! 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 We gotta get close! Keep her straight!
Tetanus Bob, no!
Oh, fuck, 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 fuck! Oh! Jesus! Oh! Boy, hurry up. I have something to tell you. I was sent to the world of tomorrow. Roads crisscross like synapses in a brain, running and firing along the streets of the new creation, an interconnected organism of live culture. And the towering temple of the Licensing Operations Division stands above all. Once inside, they led me through a maze of incomprehensible complexity. There, I met the beings. They offered me a glass of water. How could they know that I drank water? They showed me all of time in a single moment. a unified, beautiful whole. And to the creatures of tomorrow, I asked, does the Department of Motor Vehicles exist in this new world? They replied, the DMV is the new world, and you must guide the prophet to Eden.
But I didn't finish my test.
Oh, boy, there is no test. It's all in here.
What happens if the DMV disappears, though?
The end becomes the beginning. Break the disc, my child.
What?
And now, I must rest.
It's all lies! You don't owe them anything. You want freedom? Take it!
You want me to be like you? To murder and pillage?
You don't have to be like anyone. Just take my ride and get out while you can. Never look back.
I can't drive that thing. What are you talking about? What are you, crazy?
Don't you want to live in a world where you don't need to be told you can drive? The open road, the cool breeze, the steed to take you where you need to go.
He's a man.
You don't need a license to drive a man. Don't let the bureaucrats tell you different. Live in a world where everyone's free. Everyone's equal.
How is he equal?
They're bred to be driven, man. He loves it. You just need to get on his shoulders, grab the reins, and ride.
What about the DMV?
The DMV is a fairy tale told to children. Ride, ride, ride. Be free.
Why? Why?
The wheel of time will turn remorselessly into an endless future, twisting into an infinite past. As long as we exist within the wheel, we are cursed to relive and repeat, forever turning. But in the end, what doesn't turn is a man's leg.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'll be on tomorrow. It might be a little late, but who's to say? Thank you all for coming out, and I'll see you in the next one.
A ghoul teaching his son to ride a bike?
Production.